Okay, here we are. Oh, wait. Why is my tracking not working? My bad. Give me a second. Also, I'll probably have to go get the baby in a second. Where's my tracking? Oh, good. There it is. Okay. What kind of coffee is that? Black coffee. Like my heart. Like my heart. Actually, the current coffee I'm drinking, I forget, I think it's just supermarket brands, like off-brand, but it's like pumpkin pie flavored coffee grounds, and they're actually pretty good. uh, yeah, I bet you could hear the baby, huh? All right, let me see. We played this last time. We can play it again. Just to have some background music that's a bit different than just my background music repeating. My background music I love very much, but I wish I had more background music. But unfortunately, I can't afford more at the moment. The background music that's usually playing on my stream is by Popski, who's incredibly talented. Popski with 2 Y's at the end. Highly recommend working with him. But I just, yeah, maybe someday we'll have like a whole lo-fi album or something out there. Yeah, I get on my computer and the baby is just like, yeah, you thought wrong, mama. And then the plan for today, oh gosh, I want to turn off my viewer count. That's so stressful. I keep talking about these big aspirations of wanting to grow my channel and being a Twitch partner someday, and then I've noticed my viewer number on Twitch is showing as much lower than it was even just a couple weeks ago, and it's making me feel like I failed before I started, and that's really stressful. So those of you that are streamers as well, just turn off your viewer count. It's okay to care about those numbers, of course, but you look at them after stream. You don't look at them during stream. So if you have your creator dashboard up while you're streaming, just click on the viewer number and it will disappear. It'll hide it. Because it stresses me out. Of course, I guess maybe that's my lesson too, to stop talking about wanting to grow. Because I talked about wanting to grow, and I think people dipped because they're like, you only care about numbers, which is not, I try to emphasize that's not the point. You can care about numbers without feeling like your viewers are just numbers, because that's of course not the case here. But I don't know. I don't think people stayed to hear me explain myself. They just dipped. So lesson learned, never talk about them again. I'm done. Zip. Never talking about it again. So I'll be honest, I'm like so not motivated to continue writing today. I put on the plan for this week that today would also be another book planning day, but and then I'm like, well, I got like kind of like a guide to start with, you know. And then it's like, well, it's a good guide to start with, and then it's like, then I'm like, well, I don't know where to start from here, you know, like what part do I start writing at? And that's I don't know. I'm stressing myself out. All right, I gotta go get the little one. Jeez, I'm never gonna be able to stream. It was Samuel. Thank you. All right, kiddo. I am back in the saddle again. Transportation and communication. Ooh, good point. We did forget about those. But that's the thing is, like, communication, I don't know how that would work necessarily. I guess it'd just be a short chapter about, you know, how to do signal flags. Signal fires and signal flags in an apocalyptic situation. Oh yeah, I guess there'd be like how to work your ham radio. That's true. I wonder what... I guess morale, community building. Woo! Okay. Good point. Oh, thanks, kiddo. Thanks for helping mommy type. No, this is great. I'm really looking forward to being able to type stuff out like this. That's true. Good point. Because I was thinking it'd be like, let's see. No. We know that would be included under shelter. Although, hold on, I can't see shelter. But actually, like, power supply would be with shelter and, like, setting up a shelter. Actually, that would also be good under shelter, because you're not gonna have decontamination outside your shelter, really. Oh, thanks, kiddo. No, this is really helpful. You are so helpful as a little editor. Like, I really appreciate this. Thank you. This is really helpful. Okay. Okay, so we really hadn't fleshed out the shelter category at all. Power supply. Whoops. Baby VT is co-writer. I should. I'll just, you know what? I'll just as one of my thank yous at the beginning. Thank you, Baby VT, for always being there, supporting me and helping me type random keys. Hi, Thunderbird. Oh, and my phone is now tracking the baby. There it is. I guess because technically the baby's closer. Actually, hold on. Part of the issue, I think, is that my keyboard lights up. Now it's not. No, he's still gonna press the keyboard. Okay, so yeah, those things, like power supply, being able to decontaminate stuff like that, that would be at the shelter. So those would go into the shelter chapter, I think. That's the baby, by the way. The baby's typing. He likes the directional keys. He's helping. He's such a big helper. Good job, buddy. How's the music volume, by the way? Because it's kind of loud for me if I turn my volume up where I normally keep it. So I don't know if the music's too loud. All good? Okay, good. So, wait, whoop. Like basic tips would be like, you know, like, there's something like if you find a stream, following it downstream, generally speaking, if you follow water the way it's streaming, the way it's in the direction it's going, you're going to find larger bodies of water, usually. Weefy, hello, good morning. Yeah, I don't know if that would be like a whole other section though. So I don't know where I would put something like that. Like, I feel like that would be under, like, It Takes a Village. Like, okay, I did have it. But it's like how to take care of a baby or a toddler in an emergency. Like, how do you take care of anybody in an emergency? It's not that much different. Especially since I think people greatly overestimate how mature and level-headed people can be in an emergency. The majority of people freak out, and you can have a grown adult. You can have a 50-year-old man who is basically acting about as rationally as a toddler in an emergency. Weefy, we are. Yeah. Oh, wait, it's tracking the baby again. Hold on. There we go. Farming, I had that under food, kind of. Because, like, that's the thing. People, it's like, it would be basically farming at that point, not just gardening. Gardening is a hobby. Farming is a profession. Like, cooking is a hobby. Being a chef is a profession. It's kind of like that. Hi, Ghost Odin. Welcome on in. Yeah, the idea behind this is that it would be like mom's survival guide. So it's like, it's going to have a different angle in the sense that, like, obviously you'd be taking care of other people. Where if you've ever read an apocalypse survival guide, for example, Max Brooks's zombie survival guide, the entire book is built off of an individualist premise. The entire premise is individualism, and the only time he touches on joining others and joining community is basically like, hey, maybe hide by yourself for a while and observe them to see if they're actually, like, safe to join. But it doesn't actually talk about any sort of community. What happened? You're just suddenly stressed. You can't have this. You can't have my drink. It has caffeine in it. You can't have that. I'm really sorry, but you can't have my drink. Buddy. I know, I'm so sorry. Wait, hold on, let me double check, make sure it's not poop in your diaper. Hold on. Nope, you just want my drink. How real are we getting? I don't know if I mean, I feel like self-defense would be in the weapons category, if you see at the bottom there. I have firearms, melee weapons, and then ranged weapons, which would be any sort of weapon or defense where you don't have to physically be in contact with it to do damage. So I would consider that like bows, because you're not in contact with the arrow, but then also, you know, traps and security and stuff like that. And so I feel like that would, like, under the weapons category, I guess would be defense. Kiram, by the way, thank you for the follow. And Dumpy the Truck, thank you for the follow. Well, come on in. you're not supposed to give small children caffeine for a number of reasons, not just that they'd be hyper, but also because caffeine too early, they've done preliminary studies that it can stunt their growth. So like I have a personal theory that a lot of the kids in middle school that they want to go to Starbucks with their parents and they get coffee with their parents, that might be why they're smaller, on the smaller end. Hi, buddy. You look so concerned. Incidentally, he is almost 6 months old, and I think I've reached the end of my ability to breastfeed him, which I'm grappling with mentally. It's tough for me, which is interesting. I've been very open about, those of you that are new to the channel, I've been very open about my experiences with the baby, because I feel like these are things that people just don't talk about, but you very much should talk about. And with my oldest two children, breastfeeding didn't work. So this idea that's like, oh, just breastfeed, stupid. Like, sometimes biologically it's difficult. It's not just a natural, easy thing for everybody, and it wasn't for me. But this time around, it worked out a lot better. And while he was never exclusively breastfed, it was always a hybrid feeding system with bottles and breastfeeding. But it's you know, I didn't completely struggle and have to quit after a couple weeks. You know, it's just finally now I think my supply is kind of quitting. My supply is drying up. So he might be more fussy on stream for a little while, because we've had plenty of times on stream where I've calmed him down and he's actually fallen asleep because I've been able to breastfeed while holding him while I was streaming. But that won't be an option for much longer, so he might just have to fuss until he sleeps. Construction and building, I think, would be kind of in shelter, but I think we can add another chapter in the morale chapter, like community building. You can't have my gamer subs, buddy. I'm sorry. He's being so fussy. Yeah. Well, I think it's because you're actually tired. You're actually tired and you don't know what to do. He's rubbing his eyes. Yeah. Construction and building would just be under shelter, right? I know. Oh, honey. And then I would think that education could fit under morale again. Wouldn't it? Would it fit under
Ma.
Let's see. It's really not easy typing one-handed. Pool of Dye, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. You okay, buddy? Okay. Well, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good Thursday. What would be the currency, or is everything free? I feel like that kind of fits in with just like community building. But again, I don't know if we're gonna go that in depth. Like we're not creating a video game here. We're not like creating an environment for an apocalyptic scenario. This is just touching on things. Um. Okay. So then. Oh, you gonna. Okay, you're just gonna like take the mix amp off the desk. Okay. Thanks, buddy. What was I gonna say here instead? How's that? Does that make more sense then? Okay, I can't hear anything anymore because the baby's determined that he needs to destroy my mix amp because there's lights on it. Fortunately, I don't have like oh god, what is that one that everybody bought that the company just quit maintenance for? I can't remember now. Sus, hello. By the way, I saw your art on Twitter. I thought that was great. That was really good. Yeah, the baby's gonna play with the mix amp, so I'm just gonna unplug my stuff so that I don't get my ears blasted. Because that's happened before, where he'll just crank it up. Artesian builds. What? What? Thanks, buddy. You mean besides the computer hardware company? Disgraced artesian build exposed in 4K by Gamers Nexus. Sorry, that's Reddit. Yeah, I just googled artesian builds and a company comes up. A custom PC manufacturing company. I don't think that that's gonna factor in on an apocalyptic survival guide. So I don't know what you mean by artesian builds exactly. If you mean like things like aquifers and stuff like that, I feel like that would fit into like farming. Was I talking about computer stuff? Technology, okay, so technology would be important, but that's the thing is like we are literally like, this is just, it's literally an apocalyptic survival guide. So it's like you have to assume that this guide is going to be more hyperbolic in nature. Because like, you know, for example, like what's happening right now to Palestinians. If you're a Palestinian on the grounds, you're basically living in a real life apocalypse. Like it feels apocalyptic around you because of the being surrounded by bombings and shootings, etc. What they're going through currently is as close to the apocalypse as any of us could probably fathom. But they still have internet access and they're trying their best to keep talking about what's happening to them so that people pay attention. This survival guide is more in the sense of it's, you know, like Max Brooks's zombie apocalypse guide. Like I keep going back to that as an example where there's an element of fantasy to the book, but then you do include actual useful information in it. So like as far as like, you know, like, oh well, like let's just assume that in the apocalypse there's still computers and things, and it's like, well then there's no point to the book, because it's like, all right, well you could just still Google everything. Let's just assume Google's servers are still online. Dad. Hi Fairbanks. Yeah, like it like you have to like I want useful real information in this book, but there you also have to kind of suspend reality with the book. It's definitely going to, it's still like a fantasy book. Like a survival guide is kind of like a DM's guide for a tabletop RPG. It's just, it basically like provides the rules where it's like you'd be able to do world building on your own, I guess is the best way to put it. How was my Valentine's Day? You mean Dad VT's birthday? It was fine. I let him sleep in. And then I got to give him his present, which was a Dragon Ball shaped desk light, and then 2 young Goku statues. One of Goku sleeping and one of just young Goku. Wow, buddy, you are unplugging everything. How did you even unplug that? Guys, if my stream suddenly goes down, it's because the baby unplugged everything. Did I get him 6 more? I've not. But he already has a set of replica Dragon Balls, by the way. Dad Potato, thank you for the subscription, by the way. I can't hear any of my alerts because the baby unplugged my sound. Huge Dragon Ball Z fan. Big Goku fan. Like, basically, he's got a Goku collection. So, like, he's got most of the Goku Funko Pops, several statues. I've gotten him the those, like, kitschy, like, soda, like, energy drinks. Like the what was it called? Oh, a Spirit Bomb energy drink. Or a set of Potara earrings. Wait, what's a Potara earring? That's cool. I'm glad you exchanged gifts with your roommate. I feel like Valentine's Day, like, there's many forms of love, and so, like, it doesn't just have to be a romantic holiday. With mortars, use a whiz wheel? Well, I mean, I feel like that... Okay, so if you're going to talk about mortars, I'm assuming you're talking about, like, a weapon, right? Like an exploding weapon? Wouldn't that fit under weapons instead of... that would be under weapons instead of communication. Which is kind of why we're doing this table of contents or outline. I guess this is more like an outline, but so that you know where things actually fit. Your Valentines were spent at church? On purpose? Oh, Coding Phenom. Okay, I'll drink water. The baby's gonna get upset, though. Oh, okay. I didn't know what those are called. That's a cool gift. That's cool. Are they're wearable earrings? Oh, I might put that in my pocket and save it. Oh my God, how are you wrapping everything up in the cords that you unplugged? You can't turn it into a computer, kiddo. Like, I don't even know where you unplugged this from. Because I don't know where to plug it back in. Like, you were actually destroying my setup, kid. I genuinely have no idea where I'm supposed to plug this back in. It's not funny. Oh, yeah, I forgot it's the start of Advent. That's right. I saw... oh, if I can find it again, I'll post it in the Discord. I just, in passing, saw somebody posted a... It was a little comic where it was a I guess a priest was doing the ash thing on people's foreheads because yesterday was Ash Wednesday, and a guy walked up and went like, well, you know, can I, like, are you free after this? Can we go on a date? And the priest blushes in the panel, and then the next panel he drew a heart in the ash on the person's forehead. And while if you're religious, I get it, that's sacrilegious, and you're probably like, that's horrible. I thought it was cute. It was actually a cute little idea of like, he asked the priest out. The priest was like bashful and then drew a heart in the ash on the person's forehead. And I thought that was really cute. Oh, Samuel, that's awesome. Oh, I hope you all had a nice dinner. Outside that, you skip Valentine's this year? Fast knocked. I don't know what that is. Sounds fast. What's this book about? It's just a survival guide, like an apocalypse survival guide in general, but more from the standpoint of like mom's survival guide. So it would have things that wouldn't be so individualist, because as a mom, I can't be an individualist. It can't just be, well, sorry kids, but mom's got to survive. Good luck. Bye. Like, it doesn't work that way. Oh, are you sleepy? Are you getting sleepy? Is that why you unplugged all of my stuff? Were you nesting? Can be bothered nowadays. You know what? I used to be religious. I used to go to youth group and FCA and stuff in high school. And once I hit college, I started to see like how anti-Jesus teachings the adults acted. And it pushed me out of the church. And it's like I'm not going to fault people for being religious, but like I saw more and more of the shortcomings of the church, the people, and it turned me off and it pushed me out of the church. I saw how awful people could be while pretending that going to church and being active in the church made them good people when they were actively bad people, and it just turned me off entirely to the concept of organized religion. But for people's faith or spirituality and things like that, I'm never going to fault people for that. Right, Usagi. It's just I just couldn't keep pretending like I couldn't keep pretending like the way these people was in any way okay. So I fell out of the church. I was a very devoted follower of Jesus, and then the people ruined it. Now I think, and now I'm agnostic enough to be afraid of dying, I suppose. That I don't know what happens after you die. My kids have asked me that question when they were young, and there's really no good way to answer that to a 4-year-old or 5-year-old. And yeah, I don't know. I'm afraid of death. I'm afraid of dying. And I don't know because I don't know what comes after. I don't have that faith, I guess. All right, I think the baby is falling asleep. In which case, I can go try to put him in a swing. Swing, swing from the tangles of my heart is crushed by a former love. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, I feel like parents, like, no one tells you that your toddler's gonna ask you what happens after you die at bedtime. No one tells you that you're gonna, or like you're in a hurry and you're driving your car because you're late to a doctor's appointment, and suddenly you're hit with that question. You're sitting there like, I need time to mentally prepare and to write up some notes. Some note cards for this, kiddo. I don't know how to answer this question. And nobody tells you that you're going to get hit with those kinds of questions. I mean, it's a little story, but like, I mean, I still have guilt. My grandmother passed away in 2017. I helped take care of her in her last year. And she died in 2017. And I still have guilt that when I was like 7 or 8 years old, I saw a necklace in her jewelry box that I liked. And stupid kid me went, "When you die, can I have this necklace?" And I'm still dealing with the guilt of that. I still feel horrible. She did, but that's besides the point. I was like, Jesus Christ, what was wrong with me? What kind of a question is that? And she did actually give it to me, but it was before she died. Because she remembered I said that, and I felt bad all over again. It's somewhere. It was a necklace that some former boyfriend gave her. It was on a long gold chain, and the charm on it was a gold Hershey's Kiss charm, and I just thought that was really cute. So I have it somewhere, I'm sure. Unless my mother took it, which is a possibility. my mother has gone through my things before, and things have gone missing. Just something like that with that missing beat. Get in line, sweetie. That's your mother's heirloom. That's funny. Oh no. When my grandmother had left instructions for my dad to like go through her jewelry to give stuff to me and my sister, and when he finally did, it was probably at least 6 months after she passed away. Longer, I think. Actually, I think it was over a year later. And turns out that my grandmother, who was pretty affluent, I mean, before she had to move here to be taken care of, she lived in Daytona Beach, Florida, in a condo on the beach, and was like a part of the yacht club in Daytona Beach, Florida. She was like very, very affluent. And by the time my dad got around to going through her jewelry, which was an extensive collection, probably with like lots of diamonds and things like that, my mother had already picked clean everything out of it that was worth anything. So we were going through my grandmother's costume jewelry, which was fine, and like I still have all of it that I was given. But my mom, who is never going to wear a single piece of my grandmother's jewelry ever, she is not, because she hated my grandmother. She picked clean the entire collection, and anything that was worth anything, my mom now has in a safe in her bedroom, and it's just in a safe. And so I guess, because there was this one, a Colombian emerald ring that my grandmother had, she wanted to give to me, and told my father that, and this is before she passed away. And then, of course, it's nowhere to be seen after she died. And I asked about it, and my dad went, oh, well, like she was, senile, so maybe she gave it away to somebody. And I swear to God, y'all are my witnesses, that if my parents pass away and I find, because I remember that ring, if you've ever seen an actual high quality Colombian emerald, like those things glow. So like, it's a Colombian emerald. And if I see that ring in the collection that my mother has, I will literally go piss on her grave. You are my witness. Like, because there was already, my dad's not faultless either. My grandmother, she knows that I like to crochet. So, wait, why did my tracking stop? Oh, it's because my phone froze. Hold on, let me reopen the program. So she had a tablecloth that she had crocheted the border on when she was a child, that she had held on to. And so she wanted me to... Why did I just dip off to the side? I don't know what's going on with my tracking. And so my dad brought it to me, and there were two in the bag. One, I could tell, was very obviously hand crocheted, and the other one was very obviously store-bought. And he pulled out the store-bought one and handed it to me. And I was like, I don't think that's the one that she wanted me to have. I'm pretty sure it's that other one, because I can tell. And he was like, oh, no, she was very specific. She wanted you to have this one. And I think he was kind of preemptively grieving his mother dying, because the whole last year was her kind of deteriorating into dementia. But I crochet. I can tell the difference between hand done and store-bought. He can't, but I guess he assumed that I wouldn't be able to tell. And so I was kind of like, I don't know, that one over there that you have looks like the one that she probably meant. Nope, that's not. No, she was very specific. She wanted you to have this one. And I went to their house at the time. They were out of town and they had left me in charge of their house, and I looked for it. I looked for the tablecloth, and I think my mother had already gotten rid of it because she didn't want anything she wasn't going to ever use it. So I think my father kept the quote good one because he wanted it instead of it going to me. And then I think my mother, in her infinite hatred of my grandmother, immediately threw it away when he wasn't looking. So something that my grandmother probably handmade in like the 30s or 40s is gone forever. Something that she wanted me to have. And so like that hurt worse than anything else, I think. But yeah, no, if I come to find out that in the collection that my mother basically just ripped from my grandmother's cold hands, if I find that emerald ring, I will literally go piss on my mother's grave. And you guys are my witnesses, because some things I think are just unforgivable in greed, and that's definitely one of them. But my mother definitely went and made sure that she got everything of value she could out of my dead grandmother that she hated and never said a single nice thing about my entire life. That is a huge tangent. I don't even know how we got on this subject. I'm really sorry. It's stuff I'm very angry about, you know. Oh yeah, my father and I were the ones in the room when my grandmother took her last breath, so I was there. Oh, thanks. Well, I mean, that's the thing. My sister, I think, is only finally starting to realize that my mother is a mean girl and a bully. Always has been. So. Help. I mean, that's... I tweeted, like, I'm making strides in my weight loss journey, my weight loss goals and fitness goals. But, like, I wouldn't care so much about that number on the scale if my mom hadn't been toxic about weight my entire life. Like, I've grown up my entire life thinking I'm fat. And, like, I looked back at high school pictures. I had abs. I was an athlete with actual abs in high school. Like, why did I think I was fat? And the short answer is because my mom made me believe I was overweight always, because I wasn't tiny. I'm not built small. I'm not a petite woman. I'm 5'7", for Pete's sake. Like, I'm never going to be petite. But she would always brag about how she wasn't even 100 pounds when she got married at 19. My mom is not tiny at all anymore, which is fine, and there's nothing wrong with that, but she definitely passed down some very toxic body image issues to my sister and me. And to my little brother. I'm not on speaking terms with my little brother, but I think we can all appreciate that having your 10-year-old son on diets is probably not a healthy choice. You know, putting your 10-year-old on Atkins because they're quote husky is pretty effed up and is not good parenting. I think we can all agree on that. My younger brother, despite the issues that I currently have with my younger brother and the fact that I don't care to have a relationship with him, I can still recognize that she caused him lifelong body image issues with stuff like that. When it's like, I mean, I don't know, like prepubescent, you have no idea how your kid's gonna grow up, but you're gonna teach them at such an early age that their body is ugly, and I can't wrap my brain around that. Especially because I went through that with my own kids. My oldest was always taller than the other girls in class, and then they come to school and they're like comparing how much they weigh. And naturally, because she's taller, she's going to weigh more, and she thought that she was fat. And it's like, you're not fat. You're a normal 10-year-old. So like, I've already been through that with my kids, trying to tell them like that there's nothing wrong with their bodies. And now it's funny because she's, 15, an athlete, 5'9", she doesn't want to be 5'10". I think she might be, but she refuses to acknowledge being 5'10". And she complains about not being able to put on body weight on her upper body. And it's just I was like that's it's just so funny. Like, cuz it's like it's just a different problem, I guess, but there's always something. I don't know, like, I mean, my mom, it was always this impossible standard that my sister and I were never going to reach, because we weren't built like cheerleaders. My mom was short and a cheerleader, and none of her kids were short. So like it would not be healthy for me to be less than 100 pounds. In fact, like I posted what like my goal weight is, and I guess I'll talk about it on stream because I don't like there's not that many people here. I shouldn't be embarrassed, but when my weight settled after having the baby. So like this is my last pregnancy, but even if it wasn't, I was like, I'm not going to stress about my weight during my pregnancy. If I'm hungry, I'm going to eat. If I crave something, I'm going to eat it. I'm just going to enjoy myself. And so I went from like, and I wasn't quite happy with my weight before I got pregnant. I don't remember what my weight was. I think I was probably like somewhere between 180 and 190 before I got pregnant. The day I went to the hospital to have the baby, I weighed 235. And then after my weight kind of stabilized after having the baby, after like 10 weeks out, I was 210 pounds. And yesterday morning I got on the scale, because I don't get on the scale every day, but it is because I don't want to be dependent on that number, but it is kind of a good rule of thumb. And I got on the scale, and that's the first time that I was under 190. I was 189.4. So officially down 20 pounds. And my goal weight, I would like to get to 150, but I'm going to reevaluate that as I go, because that's one of those things that the number, it's just one metric. And like, I don't, because like a lot of people are like, oh, women should weigh like 120, right? Or women should weigh like 115. And it's like, I've never in my adult life, after puberty, weighed that little. Like, I think the lowest I was my sophomore year of high school at like 135. So like, I don't think that that's a healthy weight for me. I would probably look emaciated and very unhealthy. I am just heavier, I guess. Because either other people in high school were lying about their weight, or I was just naturally denser and heavier. Because I know lots of people that I was wearing smaller clothes than them, and they'd say that they were like 120, and I'm like, okay. So I would like to get down to 150. That is my goal. But I'm also planning on lifting weights. I'm doing Taekwondo, and it's like, so muscle weighs, a pound of muscle is more dense than a pound of fat. If I get down to 170 and I look in the mirror and I like what I see, I'm not going to worry about dropping weight, more than that. So like when I say like, it's just a number and I'm going to keep evaluating where I'm at. One, I'm going to reevaluate where I'm at in the sense of, if I feel like I'm at a good stopping point, even if it's not the lowest number I've said, I will stop. And also reevaluate that if I develop an unhealthy idea of how I look compared to the scale, if I look in the mirror and it's 150 and I still see myself as fat, which, hold on a second, I'll address that too. And Dad VT is watching out for me too. He's going to make sure that I don't get unsafe about any of it. But if it's a matter of just a mental body dysmorphia thing, Dad VT is watching out for me and making sure that I keep a healthy mindset about my weight loss. And so we are making sure to maintain that as well. So I have weight loss goals, but I also have fitness goals in conjunction with it. And I'm prioritizing the fitness goals because I think that's more important. And now, having said all that, I know I use the word fat. I have a very unhealthy relationship with the scale and with my body image. I have body dysmorphia. What I see in the mirror like I have had to cover the mirror before, and a lot of that is very directly related to how I was raised by my mother, and like my relationship with food, and the number on the scale, and my body image and things like that. I was not raised right by my mother. She passed down a lot of very, very unhealthy beliefs about my body. So when I refer to myself derogatively as fat, I would be dishonest if I pretended otherwise. I am very body positive for other people, but not for myself. So like if you look at my stream tags, I have body positive. Being fat isn't a bad thing. It's not. But I have issues that probably need therapy that were because of my mother. So I can celebrate fat bodies if it's not mine, I guess. And then like even I'm trying to get a healthy mindset now as I try to, why is it tracking the baby? Stop. So like I'm all about body positivity and accepting people, like accepting your body where it is. But then I'm also a case study in why sometimes that's difficult, because sometimes you just need therapy. And unfortunately right now we can't afford therapy for me, but I have a lot of issues that stem from my mother, and a lot of that is my body image and things like that. So when I talk about me losing weight and stuff like that, I do understand that can be triggering for some people. And I know that it can come off as very fat phobic. And that's the thing, is that I can be very supportive of other people. But I do have some fat phobia that I need to work on. The thing is that my fat phobia at least only applies to me. And that's my own issues. And a lot of it is mommy issues, basically. So when I say stuff like, if I talk about like I'm trying to lose weight and stuff like that, like I understand that a lot of it stems from the fat phobia that I've been taught by my mother. But I have worked really hard to at least, I can't think of the right word. I don't apply these fat phobic thoughts and beliefs to others. It's just more of like self-criticisms and criticisms from my mother that I've internalized. But I don't apply them to other people. They just apply to me. And so I just wanted I wanted to establish that now, that it's something I'm working on. But unfortunately, the way I see myself in the mirror is going to be a million times less kind than I'm going to see other people. I have absolutely no issue seeing others that someone who is fat phobic would probably have an issue with. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They're beautiful. But then I look at the mirror and see myself, and I can't apply that to myself. Does that make sense? So super more critical towards yourself than you would another person. Exactly. Usagi, it's the same thing. So I do have some fat phobia that I need to work on, but that fat phobia is always self-directed. I'm always going to be more I'm going to be fat phobic towards myself until I can work past that. But I'm always going to be more kind and loving to others than myself, I guess. And I don't know if people are going to be like, that's stupid. You're stupid, but I had to drink some water. Thank you for the hydrate. And Bard Guy, hello, welcome on in. All right, on that giant tangent, I don't even know how I got on that tangent. Talking about things my grandmother left for me when she passed away to fat phobia, but here we are. The baby is sound asleep, by the way. He's in my hands, but it's like, well, maybe I should just hold on to him for now. I don't know. No, you're fine, Bard Guy. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. And I apologize. Normally it's not such heavy topics. Normally we keep it kind of lighter in here. Actually, no, I don't actually, that might not be really true. I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't know. I don't know. I get told what my vibe is. So anyways, firearms and melee weapons. We've added stuff to other chapters. What should we have for transportation? Do you guys think? Should I go try to put the baby up? So, oh, fishing. Okay, so food. Let's see. Let's do hunting and fishing as a chapter. Oh. It's not a novel. I'm planning out basically a survival guide. I've already written a novel, actually, about 2/3 of the way years ago, back in 2015, and then I just kind of put it away and didn't do anything with it, and now it's just sitting on an old laptop that doesn't have a charge cord. Well, transportation. Hi, Fox. By the way, a transportation bicycle, but and it's like that's true, but then that's very much. Oh my God! Stop tracking the baby's face. The baby is sleeping. I mean, Max Brooks again. Like I keep referencing that one, but Max Brooks's zombie apocalypse survival guide. He determined that the best vehicle is a bicycle because it's quiet and you can carry it if you need to. But then it's like, okay, well, like, what if you have a baby? You can't just hop on a bike and go. I mean, you could, but it's not very efficient. It'd be very difficult. Bicycles. Oh, I misspelled bicycles. Wow. Cars. Vans. And trucks. The front basket. Oh, that's true, actually. True. Animal mounts. We'll just say animal mounts. Because you can probably ride a cow too. It's just probably not very efficient. Wagons and carriages. I mean, wagons and caravans. How's that? Oh my God! Stop tracking the baby. Goodness. I'm putting a note of that. Baby in the front basket. LOL. All right, I'm gonna go. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put the baby in his swing and see if he'll sleep. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh, that's my intro video. I just every once in a while I think about it and I'm like, why don't I just play it again? Why not? Let's play it again since I was on break. So, thank you. It was a big splurge when I debuted, and it's like, you know what, it was worth it. It was worth the splurge. Although the song I use is from Sailor Moon, and I've noticed I've started to get it muted on my VODs, and so I actually had commissioned a similar sounding music from Popski, and I haven't purchased this year's version of Camtasia to be able to edit that video, unfortunately. But I need to go back and edit and swap out the music for the one that Popski made me. Next thing you know, you will get an upgrade. I mean, that's the thing. I would love to be able to like have a model that there's a transition between outfits is basically that it goes through the Sailor Moon like multicolored transition, I guess, but not like a whole dance. I mean, just like, I don't know. Oh, I hope your chores go well, Usagi. I hope that you can get through them quickly. Also, by the way, hi PB. I saw hi. But like, the transitions, like where their coat appears or something like that. And I would just love to be able to have the transition between outfits be the Sailor Moon transition. Maybe I'll figure it out. I am gonna learn rigging so that I'll be people's model papa. So that'll be fun. I knew about that, actually. I forgot about that the creator of Sailor Moon is married to the creator of Hunter x Hunter. And I always thought that was so cute. Training an animal takes longer than repairing a car to a degree. And then like also like certain things. I did add some stuff while the video is running. I was thinking about that. I don't know why I put an apostrophe here. But it's like horses, donkeys, mules. I said cow, but like, I mean, I don't know. I think most people don't ride cows. I think that you can, but again, it's like, I don't know how you get them to go. But yeah, like dog sleds. And then it was like, why not camels? And people are like, where do you get a camel? And it's like, from the zoo. Not to mention, you would have to adapt depending. For example, what if it was like Mad Max apocalypse style? Water is like the most expensive resource on the planet. Water is like we're running out of water. The world is just this big. Everything's turned into like concrete deserts. You would breed camels and people would ride camels around instead of horses. She liked him because he was kind and submissive. Ooh, good for you, girl. You know what? As long as they're happy, that's precious. But it's like, or if we were in like nuclear winter, if we were in just a permanent winter, then yeah, dog sleds. Like you would end up having because it's too hard to keep horses warm. So it's like there are different ways that you'd have like animal mounts that would work. Yeah, like Frostpunk. And so if it was like cyberpunk apocalypse, we'd all be riding electric buses. I don't know. But yeah, I added so horses, donkeys, mules, dog sleds, and then camels. Like we'd figure it out. But yeah, as far as transportation, And then also like the concern about transportation is transporting goods and supplies. And then also connecting communities for easier transportation. Logistics and I don't know. I don't know a better word right now. Difficulties. I feel like that would be transportation. Want an animal to protect your chickens and have something to carry. Wait, really? Donkeys are best to protect chickens?
Mama.
I would have had no idea. Are you serious? Schnitzel Mike, by the way, thank you for that follow. Are you serious? So that would be under, hold on, animal husbandry. I'm just putting down exactly what you wrote. Well, have you ever seen those videos of like, hold on. Like you've seen this, hold on. Goat walks on two legs. You've seen this before, right? Do you know why they do? Do you know why they do that? Which it does. It's, you know, like the whole thing of like, you know, Salem witch trials, and they're like, oh, goats walking on their hind legs. Do you know why they do this? Goats will do this because goats are omnivorous. They will eat anything, right? Goats will do this. They imitate humans by walking on their hind legs, so the chicken will follow them, and then the goat's going to murder and eat that chicken. Which doesn't do anything to shake the Satan allegations, I've got to say. Did you guys know that? Isn't that insane? You lost the game. Hello, I'm doing just fine. How are you? And Nate, hello, Nate. They would probably go after a Big Mac meal. They would demolish it, but yeah. Nate, thank you for the follow. Yeah, did you guys not know that? Cows will eat snakes if they're low on phosphorus? I did not know that. Wow. Coding Phenom, thank you. I will drink some water. Give me just a second. You lost the game. Thank you for the follow. Was it because of the goat fact? But yeah, so that's why they do that. I wonder if anybody explains it. Animal Farm and make it goat instead. But yeah, I guess nobody explained it. But yeah, even if you've never seen that before. Yeah, it's to get the chicken to follow them like they're the person. Isn't that wild? Anyway. But yeah, goats are omnivores. They will eat anything and everything. But the other thing too, you know how there's that stereotype that goats will eat cans? They don't. They don't eat metal. but they will chew on the labels of the cans because they'll eat the label and the glue. Squirrels will eat baby birds and deer will eat rabbits. I do know that. I did know that. Like, people, like, it's like, if they're hungry enough, they will eat something to fill their belly. So just because it's an herbivore doesn't mean that they won't eat certain things. It's just obviously not good for them. It's not going to be nutritionally sound for them in the sense of like what their body will normally use. But if you're starving, you're starving. Like, you will eat whatever you can have access to, you know? I mean, we can circle back around to like what goes in the sausage, that the United States actually had to put federal laws in place to get food companies to stop using sawdust as a filler to lower costs of producing food. So, you know, in fact, when did that actually come into place? Let me look that up real quick. U.S. sawdust in food laws. Okay, not now. In the United States, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration requires the labeling of all foods containing added sawdust or wood pulp, including cheese. Additionally, the FDA has set a maximum inclusion level of 1/3 of 1% for sawdust or wood pulp in food product formulas. In your Parmesan cheese, if it says that it contains cellulose, so apparently they changed it where it says it requires the labeling of all foods, but I guess they get around that. So if you see on your cheese label that one of the ingredients is cellulose, that's actually either added sawdust or added wood pulp, by the way. Alligators love the color pink, so they'll pick pink flowers. I gotta message my friends. And my friend, I've been meaning to message her. I'm messaging her right now since I'm thinking about it. Since you just reminded my friend Alyssa Gator, I don't think I've seen her live streaming in a really long time. And if she has been, I've just been missing it. But I miss my friend. I hope she's doing okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I haven't talked to this person in a very, very long time, and I hope they're okay. I miss them a lot. By the way, something that no cellulose are good. Okay, good. I know I miss Liz too, Fox. I hope she's doing well. Yeah, no, you're instantly going to the cheese in your fridge. So I guess, yeah, fun fact. If you look on your cheese label and see cellulose in the ingredients, that's added sawdust or added wood pulp. Which I guess the FDA has decided is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine in your cheese. But I guess it's a personal preference. So it's up to you whether you're okay with it. Oh, the baby's up. Fussing or just talking? All right, baby's up. I gotta go get him. He napped for what, 10 minutes? Dang it. All right. Two babies on your lap. Okay, I'm back. All right. Because we only have like a half hour left that I can stream, so. They'd add them? What do you mean they add them? Like, I can understand that sometimes, like, for example, oh, never mind. I don't want to ruin chocolate for everybody. They can't keep the cockroaches out of chocolate products. Cockroaches love chocolate, so they can't keep them out. So instead, they have regulations for keeping them out as much as possible. But they can't keep them out entirely. There's no way to keep them completely out at the factories. But anyways. Closer and closer removed to Snowpiercer food reality. By the way, Snowpiercer is so incredibly good. But I haven't seen, well, I've seen the movie starring the Chris guy. Which Chris is that? Chris Evans. Such a good movie, but I know like they turned it into a TV show and I haven't seen that one. But the movie is really good. I highly recommend it. I think it was on Netflix. I don't know if it still is. Yeah, I haven't seen the TV show either. It's Chris Evans, Tilda Swinton, and Ed Harris, I think, is in it. See theory that Snowpiercer is connected to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? There's a theory. I mean, even without delving into it, like I buy it. I buy that. Put cockroaches with coffee beans to have more packs and less actual coffee. Well, I guess that means it's a good time to switch to gamer subs, which, by the way,
Mama.
mom is a hold on. Let me see. Got cockroaches in your coffee? Well, use code MomVT to save 10% on your gamer subs order. Ta-da! Anyway, I digress. Yeah, I'm partnered with GamerSubs now. I'm actually, the thing is, I haven't announced on socials or anything because I very specifically want to edit my intro video to be like the coffee maker broke, because if you know, I'm going to show the beginning of my intro video again, because I want you guys to look next to the right of the coffee maker. Okay. So just real quick, I'm going to show you. Look to the right of the coffee maker. Okay, so there's a glass of water sitting there. So it's like you have your coffee cup, and then there's a glass of water that's always been there. And that was a creative liberty taken by the original animator. And now I'm like, I want to try my hands at like editing and like reanimating part of the beginning, where now I want it to be that the coffee maker broke and mom comes down the stairs and the coffee maker is not going to make coffee, but oh, here's some gamer stuffs in the drawer, and mom makes gamer stuffs instead. And it works too. So, but I don't call myself an artist, and I certainly wouldn't call myself an animator. It is a lot. So it might be a little bit. And then it's like, that's how I wanted to announce that I'm just no good at this. By the way, though, last Friday they released, and now they have gamer soups. Hold on. If you want to go look, there's also like a lot of Shy Lily stuff. She is Yoga Lily launch. But Shy Lily is actually like a partial owner of Gamer Subs now, which is incredible. That something like that's even possible. But I guess with a blowhole blast and stuff like that, she's made them quite a bit of money. So they're like, yeah, please join us. Please join us. So they have Gamer Tea. If you're into that, they've got tea. I'm gonna post the link. So if you they don't have coffee, but they've got tea. They call it Gamer Tea. And then shop. Hold on. And now, yeah, they've got instant noodles called Gamer Soups, which is so cute. Gamer Soups. So that's something you're interested in. But yeah, if you use code MomVT on any order, you'll get 10% off. And buying things using my code, that is how people end up with their own waifu cups and their own flavors and things like that. And I actually asked the influencer rep that I have, and they said that in a fiscal year, so in a year, the normal amount to be able to earn a waifu cup is, in a year, if your community uses your code, to buy 2,000 tubs of gamer subs. Now, I don't really know how the gamer tea or the gamer soups factor into that. I think that might be the same thing, like buying units, I suppose. But if you're wondering how to help creators get their own waifu cups, in a year they have to have their code used to purchase 2,000 tubs of gamer subs, or whatever the equivalent would be for that. What would the mom flavor for gamer subs be? I don't know. I was thinking maybe something like apple pie or something. You know, kind of like a cinnamon apple. I'm not quite sure. Although something I would love to commission for this summer and like the spring, but I don't know how much it would cost if I have the money for it. But I want to have an outdoor, like back porch garden backgrounds for just chatting. And so I wonder if it would be good to be like some sort of like edible flower with a fruit. See, I thought about that, and I don't know if like drinking something that tastes like liquid sugar cookies would actually be very good. Where apple pie, like if it's the apple flavor but with like a cinnamon edge to it, that could be really good. But I don't know. Getting your own flavor, I mean, if I haven't even gotten to the point where I'm peddling enough gamer subs to get a waifu cup, I don't think that asking about. I feel like one step at a time, maybe. Like let's see if we can someday get our own waifu cup. Which, by the way, I wanted code MOM, where you just use code MOM, but that was actually already taken. So it has to be MomVT. And so code MOM doesn't support me, it supports somebody else. Code MomVT supports me as a content creator. So be extra careful of that. I think I'm just going to unilaterally use code MomVT on like everything. I also recently applied to Epic Games creator program. Verification. Okay. I just have to set up my hyper wallet, I think, but I'll have the support a creator with code MomVT as well on Epic Games. So if you'd like to support me there as well, and I suppose once I finish, well, actually no, like since we've kind of derailed a little bit, maybe I should look at that now. To make sure that we have apple pie. Sounds like it would be good. Do you think so, Celtic Lord? Anyway, is it Celtic Lord or Celtic Lord? People get really upset about this. I don't know if you're a basketball fan or just Irish. I'm Irish. I am not. I'm like my heritage. I mean, I'm American, but my heritage, I'm like over 50% Irish. So I would say Celtic. But if you're a basketball fan, you'd get mad at me. Or something like spice cider or something. Yeah. Or like I was thinking about it because like one of my favorite flavors is the snake oil flavor, but I actually, when I was sick, I put it in hot water. Which I know sounds weird because it's like, why not just drink tea? But I tried it and it was actually really good. So I wonder if they could do like a hot cocoa flavor of gamer subs. And you market it like you can either have just like a cold chocolate drink or you can put it in hot water and have it be like hot cocoa flavored gamer subs. So yeah, so probably either cinnamon apple cider, like said, like apple pie, or hot cocoa. What do you guys think about that as an idea? Like mom's comfort cocoa. Either way. Oh, okay. I don't know. Some people get really up in arms, but it's usually the people that are fans of the Boston Celtics that get really upset about it. Currently, the one I just finished my water actually. Now I just have a soda that my son gave me that's pretty tasty. Set up your hyper wallet. So here's the thing that's confusing because it's like, oh, follow directions in the email to start your hyper wallet activation. But I click the link in the email and then it opens up payout. Hold on. What's it doing? Help. It opens up the Epic Games help payout portal account activation. Like it's not actually like opening up where I set up my hyper wallet. Yeah, I don't know how to set it up. Like, it's not straightforward. This is stupid. So I guess I'll have to look at it later. Meantime, I don't know if anybody wants to buy anything off of Epic Games, but if anybody wants to test it, use code MomVT and let me know if it works. Because right now it's not. Because it just says follow the directions in your email, but the directions in the email just link to a help page, which doesn't help. Like, I don't need an article that tells me to go link it. I need it to actually take me to the page to link it, and that seems like that's an impossible task. That seems pretty broken. How do people, like, other people have signed up for the creator program? Why can't I? Also, Shigaraki? Thank you for the follow. I don't know if I thanked you properly. Guys, I'm very confused. I would really like to make sure that this is set up properly, but... Let's see. Apps and accounts, no. Yeah, it just tells you to set up the follow directions in the email, but there were no directions in the email. When you start, an account profile form will open for personal information. That didn't happen. But then, like, it doesn't actually direct you to a real person to be able to figure out how to fix that. Welcome back, Potato. Like, I would love to have this set up, but it doesn't seem like it's possible. Need help. How do I talk to an actual person? God, I hate this. How to contact an actual real person for help. There are no real people. Does anybody actually work for Epic Games, or? Let's see. My tax profile has been verified. I'd like to set up my Hyper wallet, but the link in the email takes me to a help FAQ page, and there is no link from there to set up the Hyper wallets. Can I please be sent the proper link to where I need to go to set up my Hyper wallets? Thanks. Maybe I should take a screenshot of... Hold on, I need to take a couple screenshots. File, save as. Hyperwallet faulty link. Sorry, I'm stressed now because this isn't working. New. File, save as. Hyperwallet faulty link 2. All right, new. File, save as. Because yeah, I can't, the link doesn't take me to the activation page like it says, so I can't do what I need to do. I just keep opening up repetitive pages. But I mean, pictures. Wait, would that be under documents instead? Wait, where is it saving these? Oh, okay. Okay. All right, submitting the email request. So I guess whenever that's finished and set up. Yeah, I did what I was supposed to get my code for the creator program, and it's like, oh, you have to set up your hyperwallet. And in the email, it's got a hyperlink. Visit the hyperwallet account activation page. And then when I click on the link, it opens up the Epic Games page help page. And it just basically follow these links below to activate your payout portal account. And then there's a link, how to link your existing PayPal account to your hyperwallet. You click that, and then it basically tells you, like, once you receive the email verifying your tax profile, which I have, ready to set up your hyperwallet account. Follow the instructions documented here. Set up your hyperwallet. It's a hyperlink. I click on that. It opens up another page. Set up your hyperwallet. All right. So the directions are: 1, follow the directions in the email to start your hyperwallet activation, which it just says visit the hyperwallet account activation page for more details. There are no directions. Like, action required, please activate your hyperwallet account is what that email's titled, but then there's it doesn't actually take you where you need to go to set it up. But I mean, other people have to have figured this out. You know? Like, this is not new. I'm not the first person to try to activate this, but there's nowhere for me to go. It does not take me to the hyperwallet activation form. Like, that's the only way to do it. So I don't know if anybody else has any ideas on this, but I mean, I would like to think I'm not, like, technologically stunted. I know how to follow directions, and there's just nothing there. Afternoon, R2D2. And I'm frustrated because it's like, you know, I've talked about, I want to make this something that I can make a living off of, and that's an avenue to do it, only if it works, though. And so, like, it's like the email links to the wrong place. Because obviously it's not going to be just some public page to set up a hyperwallet account, right? Or wait, hyperwallet. Is that like some separate thing? Hyperwallet systems, hyperwallet payouts. Let me see. Hyperwallet, Epic Games Pay. This page isn't working. Hyperwallet, Epic Games, epicgames.hyperwallet.com. Let me see. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Yeah. So an email has been sent to you. In order to complete the activation process, please check your inbox and follow the instructions provided. There were no instructions. The one hyperlink in the email routed me to their FAQ page that further told me to just use the email. Like, I don't... BOG, let me... Activate profile, activation email. An email has been sent to you. In order to complete the activation process, please check your inbox and follow the instructions provided. Contact support center. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. Nope, there were no other emails I checked. So there's nothing I can do until they decide to send me the correct link. Please be sure to do this as soon as possible. So this is what the email says. Hi, MomVT. Congratulations. The tax information you submitted has been verified. The next step is activating your HyperWallet account so that your potential future payments can be processed. Please be sure to do this as soon as possible, since if you have not completed your tax profile and activated your HyperWallet account within 60 days of the effective date of your creator agreement, your creator account will be closed, your creator agreement will be terminated, and you will need to reapply. Visit the HyperWallet account activation page for more details. Thank you, the Epic Games team. And the phrase HyperWallet account activation is a hyperlink that I can click on. Let's click on it. And it takes me to epicgames.com/help. Payout portal account activation for Epic Games supported creator rewards and competitive prizes. Like, I've been verified, and then they didn't send me anything. Okay. I don't know. We might have to just wait until they actually like tell me what's up. I'm sorry. I did not want to like get all heated about this on stream, and this is not what I wanted to focus on for the last half hour of stream, but just Jesus Christ, you know? Let's see. I'm still trying to... Hey, what's he up to? Oh, you sound stuffy.
I'm tired.
You're tired?
Yes.
Do you want to hand him to me and...
For the last, 5 minutes.
Okay.
Honestly, he has not stopped buzzing.
He's not stopped what?
Buzzing.
Oh. Well, yeah. Sounds about right. Why does he fuzz? Because he's a baby. All right, I may have... I don't know. Let me... I have to type one-handed, but let me send another email. I might have found something, another avenue for trying to get help. All right. Okay. Oh, kiddo. Let me see. You know what's really fun is trying to type specific passwords when the baby likes hitting the keyboard. Thank you for the follow. Give me just 1 second. Maybe it's the hiccups. Save. Okay. Oh, okay, I see. All right. Yeah, I'll have to, thank you, Ash. I like your name. I like the full name. That's funny. You know, I'm sorry about that. It's just really frustrating to be like, I'm just getting the runaround on something. But that's okay. And unfortunately, I think I've basically used up the rest of my streaming time. Because I only had 2 hours today and we're coming up on the end of that. I do apologize for that. Like, I did not mean for that to take up the time. But my son, I let my son stay home today. And he got to stay home from school for his birthday. Today is not his birthday, but he got to stay home a day of his choosing for his birthday, and he chose today. And he wanted to stay home and play video games all day, and I told him he could. But I had a scheduled stream, and I told him it's like I'm sticking to my schedule. So, you have a question? Sure, I'll answer if I can. So he's gonna get on Fortnite like as soon as the tracking wants to keep tracking the baby's face. I have to keep covering his face with my hand so the tracking will stop. The baby thinks it's funny. Huh? I'm almost done.
I know.
Okay.
I'm not. I didn't say that.
Oh.
I said nice.
Oh. But anyways, by the way, I mean, I wish I could have stayed home on my birthday when I was in school. So, before I forget, actually, can you hold him for a little bit? There's a couple more minutes and then I'm going to wrap up and finish. So Saturday, I'm doing an extra stream on Saturday. And we're doing a survival stream, and I need to put up on Twitter before I forget. We're playing a survival game on stream on Saturday. What should we play? And then I'm gonna do a poll. Long drive. The long dark. Apparently I have access to that. So I have access to the long drive, the long dark, and then what should other choices be? Someone said Subnautica. I know that Minecraft technically is a survival game. What do you guys think? I heard that having kids is 2 phases. One, stopping them from offing themselves by accident. When they grow up, it's stopping yourself from killing them. Actually, you know what? Probably pretty accurate. There's actually, I would love to do it as a collab game someday with someone. Like my dream collab for this game would be with like Meow Moonified, because she's got the right kind of chaos, I think. But what's the game? It's called I think it's called Who's Your Daddy? I think, where it's like it's the adults and the baby is trying to do things like climb in the oven or play with knives or things like that, and then the adult is trying to prevent the baby from unaliving themselves. And like I just thought that'd be such a fun collab idea, but I just don't see how Meow Moonified would ever want to play it with me. I just don't. So a city building game that's about rebuilding civilization. I mean, I'd love to hear what it is. It's just a matter of whether or not I have access to it. As far as Saturday though, I have, what do I have access to? I have the long drive. I've got the long dark. I've got Subnautica. These aren't games I personally own. I just have access to them, and it's what that person owns. I've got access to Minecraft, and I've got a game called Sheltered. which I like, but I don't know if other people would like it. New cycle. Oh. What's my favorite book? I don't even know anymore. A long time ago, my favorite book was A Walk Out of the Worlds, but like you can't even find that in print really anywhere. Let's see. Let's see. The Long Drive, The Long Dark, Subnautica. I'll put Subnautica on there, but I don't know what my fourth choice should be, or if it even really matters. The issue I would have with Subnautica is how many gigabytes it would take on my computer. I'd really have to prepare for that one, but so I'm just gonna run it for 24 hours instead of 48. What are other survival games? Because I know people had said them. Ooh, that's pretty good, Ash. I like that. You would be fine print. Oh, Raft. That's right. I do have access to Rafts. All right, let's put that on there because people like that one. Let's see. All right, so I have The Long Drive, The Long Dark, Raft, and Subnautica. And we'll just do the poll for... Let's do the poll for 25 hours. Not 24. Just cuz. All right, so we're playing a survival game on stream on Saturday. What should we play? The Long Drive, The Long Dark, Raft, or Subnautica? Post. Let's see. Let's see. Where is it? Hold on. Profile. Oh my gosh, people are actually already voting. Okay. I was going to give you guys the link. Copy link. And I was going to put it in chat. And I'll put it in the Discord as well. Here you go. Don't know stuff like steamboats or TV. Oh, that sounds interesting, Samuel. I'll look it up. What's it called? New Cycle? Was that on Steam? I'll look at it. It's $30 though, and the money I would have had for even just like buy a game this month has to go towards a new screen. I have screens up on my throne list, by the way, if anybody wants to help me out, as we have to afford 2 new computer screens so that we can get my son a computer set up so he can play games, so that I don't have to keep sharing my computer. We have my old computer. He's going to use that tower, but the accoutrements like the mouse and keyboard and a monitor and stuff we have to get for him still. So if you want to it's on Steam. It's like SimCity meets Survival and Apocalypse. That's really cool. I like SimCity. I used to play that all the time as a kid. But anyways, so yeah, if anybody would like to help contribute towards new monitors, one for me, one for my son. There's 2 up there on my throne list. Which, what's the link to my throne? I forgot. I want to say it's... That's not it. Throne, it is throne.com. Oh, okay. So it is correct. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I had the right link. But I have things up for crowdfunding that would the top 4 at the top are things that I would really love to use for streaming, to elevate my streaming. So not to just like pimp stuff out, but it would really help me out if we could get any of those funded. I have a VR chat model, 3D model, but no body tracking. And then my second monitor died, which is a little bit limiting on what I can do with stream. I'm operating with one monitor, and I need to buy my son a monitor. So if one of those gets funded, it would help us out a lot. And then a Stream Deck. I put up a Stream Deck XL, but a Stream Deck would really help me out too. So not to pimp too hard, but I'm pimping a little bit. Let's see. I'm gonna refresh my do we want oh wait, you know who I want to raid today? They don't know me from Eden, but I'm a big admirer of what he does on his channel. His name is Randon, and he is a corporate orc, and he's playing Warhammer. What's the document about? Bandit Boar. I'm going to be writing an apocalypse survival guide, and that's what it is. So from a mom's perspective, so it's going to be a little bit different in the sense of there's going to be less individualism and more planning to actually be able to take care of other people too. But unfortunately, I have to end. I promised my son that I would only stream for 2 hours, and we've run over by a few minutes. If people like the book planning, we can continue with more book planning streams. I don't mind that. Because it's a project that I really want to actually work on. I really want to continue with it. And so we're gonna raid Randon. This can be our raid message. This can be our raid message. If you've got emotes, you can use it. But just have you had enough water today? If you want to do a raid message, that's a good one. And I will see you guys over at Randon's channel. And I'll be here on Saturday. We're doing an extra stream, an extra bonus stream on Saturday. We're going to try out doing Survival Saturday, and we're going to play a survival game. And I have a tweet out currently that's a poll. So if you'd like to help select what game it is, you can help vote and pick what game I play on Saturday. So, but everyone, thank you so much for hanging out. I'm so sorry I have to end now. I really wish I could keep going, but it's been 2 hours and I promised. So I will see you all on Saturday. I hope you have a good rest of your Thursday and a wonderful Friday, and I will see you then, okay? Take care of yourselves, lovelies. Bye.